What if I told you that not all jobs are an upgrade over gig economy delivery driving? That's correct. You can actually do worse. And I have been, of course, in a job quest of my own to replace the full-time job that I lost back in April. And here's what I'm talking about, okay? I got approached off of my Indeed profile by a company that was advertising for a quote-unquote marketing director, which sounds really good on the surface with the title. But here's what this type of marketing company actually is. These are jobs that literally nobody wants. So they have to try to kind of twist the truth considerably in order to get anybody to take them. Now, what these jobs actually entail is, it's like, okay, we're going to work you into management, but we need to humble you first. You need to learn humility. So what they do is they put you in a Walmart or a Costco, in a big box store, and what you do is you sit there at a booth and you sell cell phone plans or something like that. That's the quote-unquote marketing that you're brought in to do. And by the way, the pay on all of these jobs is always commission only and no benefits. So it's absolutely a downgrade from driving DoorDash or Uber Eats. And a big red flag is that if they bring you in for the interview, quote unquote, that they are in some office building in some almost empty space, and it seems like there's a horde of people there lining up to interview for the job. It's not because that everybody's qualified. It's because that they will take anybody. They are literally programmed to hire anybody for these quote unquote jobs that don't pay you anything and don't provide benefits. So when I say it could get worse than gig economy driving, this is it. And so if you get ever approached by a company that is advertising marketing, quote unquote, and they eventually will put you in a big box store, run. Don't even go in for the so-called interview. By the way, I've been in one of these so-called interviews before. They don't ask about your background at all. They don't care. It's a numbers game. They want to find as many suckers as they can get to walk through that door and to accept their crummy offer. It's not a real job. It doesn't have a real income or salary. And it certainly doesn't have any health insurance benefits or anything of the like. And you're paid entirely on commission. Being paid entirely on commission is actually worse than driving for Uber or DoorDash. Because at least with Uber and DoorDash, you can at least take some offers and actually have some actual cash income. With these so-called marketing jobs, unless you sell something at Costco or at Walmart, you see those people in those booths, that's likely where they got these people from. If you go to Costco and you see somebody selling cell phones under some sort of a booth or a table, that's the company they're with. So be careful out there. If you ask them any questions at all, they're likely going to freeze, and that should be your cue to get the bloody HE-double hockey sticks out of there. So be careful. Not all jobs are better than gig driving. And this is made, I'm filming this because I know a lot of us out there are looking for strong W-2 jobs right now that are more secure than gig economy work, that provide health insurance benefits. But trust me when I say these jobs are not it. So if you see a job with any of these red flags, run. Don't return their call. I was called by one of them today, and they immediately mentioned that this would be setting up a booth and for selling inside of a Walmart. And I immediately just told them I'm not interested, and hung up on them immediately. I didn't give them a chance to respond because they don't deserve a chance to respond. These are hucksters. They're basically higher grade scammers, and you don't need to talk to them one word. Once you figured it out, of course. It does take a couple questions to figure it out, but once you do, you just hang up and that's it. If you're in one of these so-called interviews, and they're usually in a very Spartan office, and the interviewer doesn't even have a laptop or a tablet, it doesn't take any notes. If they're not taking any notes, if they're not asking you about your experience, this is likely where you're at. A company that is looking to hire as many bodies as they possibly can. And that's it. So hang up on them, walk out on them, and call it a day. Continue looking for a quote-unquote real job, as some of our trolls out here have called it. But this is not it. If you see a so-called marketing job with no experience required, where they don't ask you about your background or experience, where they say that you have to go to work selling things at a Walmart or a Costco for humility, quote unquote, before they promote you into management, run. That's all I have to say for today. I will talk to you guys later, and as always, peace out, homies.